Morning, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. My name is Candis Mary-Dauphin, and I work for Stop Waste. Stop Waste is the public agency that represents Alameda County and the Bay Area Regional Energy Network. So we're not going to go around the room and do introductions, but I would like everyone to get an idea of who's present today. So if you, by show of hands, could you raise your hand if you are local government sustainability staff? Great. Any building department staff in the room? Oh, great. Any building managers or owners? Consultants? And state or regional governing or policy staff? Great. So we've got a little bit of everyone in the room. Thank you all. So before we kick things off, I do want to point out a few housekeeping items. So I don't know if you all noticed, but the restrooms are out the hall to the left and then to the right, so kind of around the corner. And the fire exits are located behind you. And to the side here, there's also one behind the curtain to the left. There will be a professional photographer here, as you can see. If you are not interested in having your photo taken, please do let her or her assistant in the back there know. And for those of you attending via webinar, you will have the opportunity to ask questions. So there's a question panel. Just type them into the panel, and we will be sure to try to address them during the Q&A session at the end. Everyone else will also have the opportunity to write questions on little sheets of paper for the panel. We'll be handing them out, and then you can submit them during the break. And of course, if you have any additional questions that come in after you submit those pieces of paper, you can feel free to raise your hand during the panel. It's in and out? Okay. Okay. The last thing is for the speakers, just a reminder to speak into the mic, because for the folks that are on the webinar, they won't be able to hear you if you don't. So the final housekeeping item is just a disclaimer. Just wanted to let you all know that we'll have speakers representing various organizations here today, and they won't necessarily be representing the views of BayREN. If you have questions regarding the content that they present, please do address them personally. They'll be here, and then we'll also be providing you with their email addresses at the end of the presentation. So just want to go through today's agenda really quickly. We'll be discussing municipal buildings and operations and the ways in which they're leading the transition to a higher performing building stock, and also how we can work across sectors to accelerate that transition. So there's a lot of work to be done to make sure we meet our statewide goals in the public sector, and we all have to work together to make sure that we meet those goals. Community choice aggregators, regional energy networks, and investor-owned utilities all have a role to play. So this morning, we'll hear a bit from everyone, some of the work being done through various EE programs, and we'll also hear from technical and industry experts. Following this introduction, we'll have the opportunity to hear from Brendan Havenar-Dotton. He's the local government energy efficiency lead at PG&E, and he'll provide some high-level policy context and discuss what's being done to support governments that are looking to lead by example. Then at 9:30, Adam Lenz from the City of Richmond will talk about the city's experience in participating in BayREN's municipal C&E technical assistance service. And Blake Hershath from DNV-GL, who provides the technical assistance for the service, will give a glimpse into the feasibility analysis and some of the takeaways he's observed from working with the municipal sector. Then we're going to have a little change actually in the agenda. We're going to push our break back, and at 10:15, we'll hear from some industry experts with insight on EE motivators, trends, and needs in private building sector. And then at 10:45, we'll break for coffee for 15 minutes, and then you'll also have a chance to submit your question sheets. And then at 11 o'clock, the speakers will come back together to answer questions from the audience, and Mindy Craig will get us all thinking about what leading by example really means and how municipal innovation can more intentionally translate to community-wide action and transformation in the building sector. So I just want to take a few minutes to introduce BayREN for some of the new faces in the room. BayREN is a highly effective and trusted government organization for delivery of targeted, integrated, regional scale climate solutions focused on energy, water, and resiliency. The BayREN covers the 9 Bay Area counties, and it has successfully implemented a suite of programs and services that are available to 20% of the state of California's population. So some of the principles guiding BayREN are building local capacity. So it provides resources and training to help governments leverage existing resources and provide services efficiently and effectively. It also has climate change and resiliency as drivers. So it does seek to address energy efficiency, but it takes a comprehensive approach to that. So in addressing EE, it also addresses things like air quality and resiliency. And it also seeks to address economic development concerns of local governments. So it increases the number of jobs through its programs and provides advanced professional training as well. So these are some of the programs that the BayREN offers. It has a single-family and multifamily residential program. It provides technical assistance and rebates to help make energy efficiency improvements. It also has a suite of financing programs. It supports existing programs such as commercial PACE and also designs new financing programs such as KSU water efficiency. And today we're here through the Codes and Standards program. And it's a joint effort of Bay Area local government to support the development and implementation of tools, best practices, trainings, and policies for accelerating compliance with and exceeding energy code. Some of the ways that it accomplishes this goal is through compliance improvement. It investigates areas for improvement in code enforcement processes and offers solutions. I'm going to switch mics. Hello? Oh, that's much better. Okay. So also through training, it provides support for building industry representatives at no cost to better implement energy code, and then through policy. Through the BayREN Codes and Standards program, we share best practices to develop regional resources for going above code. So if you're interested in finding more about some of these services that are provided through Codes and Standards, you can go to your county rep, and we do have quite a few of them in the room. So if you're a county rep for the Codes and Standards program, please do stand up and you provide your name and the county that you represent. Great. Thank you all. So these are the folks that you can address if you're interested in finding more about the program. So the BayREN structure allows it to respond to the needs of its local governments, and the development and existence of its suite of zero net energy services, or DNV services and resources, is an example of that. So the DNV services and resources provided by the BayREN include an introductory training offering. And the trainers will come to you if you're interested in that, and this is primarily geared towards building departments. A municipal DNV request for proposal and owner project requirement template language for local governments, and no-cost DNV feasibility engineering analysis for local governments. And we'll hear more about the City of Richmond's experience with that program today. So I also wanted to let you guys know that the next forum is actually going to be held next month, Tuesday, October 24th, from 8:30 to noon at the Bay Area Metro Center in San Francisco, California. And the topic of that forum will be matching supply with demand and preparing local governments for the rise of renewables and its impact on the grid. So you may have heard a lot about grid harmonization. This is what we're trying to talk about at this forum, and some of the speakers that will be there are Kelly Knutson, Corey Cox, and Francesca Wall, and you can find out more about that on our website, and we will also be sending out a save the date. You can feel free to take notes on the presentations. They will also be posted and emailed to you so that you'll have them. And with that, I'd like to introduce our